What's up guys, this is Crypto with James talking to you today about Power Ledger. Power Ledger is one that long term I think has inevitable success. Renewable energies and to be fair, granular certificates, which is something they're looking at now, is something that is inevitable in terms of the sort of evolving energy markets, and combine that with sort of G20 targets around the world. Something like Power Ledger and arguably even Energy Web, but these renewable energy focused cryptos can do some serious damage in the markets and do some real gains. So I want to take a look at this. But before I get into it, if you guys are new to this channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They're also the first 26 coins I owned when I made this channel. Had you put in just $100 into each of these coins when I released the videos about them, and you never sold them, you never offloaded them, you rode them into a recession, you rode them into a bear cycle, you did everything wrong. If you sold them today, even doing everything wrong, from a total of $2,600 investment, you could net a profit of over 16 grand. And that's doing everything wrong. But if you'd sold these coins when the markets were red hot in 2021, like I did, $100 into each of these coins, a total of a $2,600 investment could have netted you a profit of 123 grand. Now, as I said, sold all these off, they're not what I own, but if you want to see my current portfolio, you can do. Just go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my portfolio. I let the members know anytime I buy or sell any crypto in real time. Videos are released every day talking about the markets. We've had pinpoint accuracy on those markets for months and months and months now. On top of that, we have tutorials set up. If you're a crypto beginner, these tutorials are exactly what you need. They'll guide you and start you off on your crypto journey. We also have a history of success on this site and the channel. We've called huge winners on both. Nothing has been bigger than Phantom. In 2020, I released a course called the best cryptocurrency investment of 2020. And it was all about Phantom and why it would 100x or more. It ended up doing 677 times gains from when I found it. So had you put in 2 grand, you could have netted 1.3 million in profit. Now, I will find another Phantom, and when I do, I'm going to go onto my site. I'm not going to create a course like I did last time. I'm simply going to go onto my site. I'm going to tell the members about the coin, the gains I think it can have, and the percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if they want a copy, they can. If that sounds good to you, finding the next big gainer without having to do 10, 15, 20,000 hours of research, go read the site now. And remember that everything you read, you can verify on this channel. So Power Ledger. There's a fair amount to talk about here. Now, it's currently priced at 20 cents. Circulating supply is 480 million. When we actually look at Power Ledger in its long-term history, it's in a downtrend. Now, yes, it's in a downtrend, but what I do think is very, very important is, in spite of the fact that it's in a downtrend, it's in an emerging market. It's in a market that has to grow because of focal points set by politicians globally. And that is actually very, very relevant towards its long-term prospects. Now, Power Ledger is a tech company that builds software for distributed and decentralized energy markets. They've developed a blockchain-based platform that enables tracking and trading of energy, as well as flexibility services and environmental commodities. The goal is to provide the platform for a fully modernized, market-driven grid that offers consumers a choice in the energy while driving the democratization of power. And that is key. Like, anyone living in the world right now is pretty much consistently, excuse the language here, but getting raped by these energy companies. Everyone I know is getting hugely damaged by the huge rises in energy, particularly in the UK. But I know plenty of people in Europe and America that are also having problems. But the UK is astronomical, cost increases. Now, by democratizing the power of these energy companies, or of the options that you as an individual has, Power Ledger can actually solve some legitimate problems because the costs are astronomical. They're headquartered in Australia and they have over 30 clients across 11 countries. And Power Ledger operates on 2 blockchains and uses 2 tokens. So you've got the Power Ledger token and Sparks tokens. The platform uses Ethereum and a private consortium blockchain known as EcoChain. And the token itself acts as a license for businesses such as utilities, renewable energy operators, microgrids, companies committed to 100% renewable energy, and property developers to access Power Ledger's platform. And they're traded through Ethereum Smart Bond Exchange. Now, 30 countries had reached grid parity, which means that the price of solar generated energy was equal to or less than the cost of local retail energy. Obviously, the goal is to enhance that and to further that over the course of time. And there's a few things that are really positive right now for Power Ledger. Firstly, look, G20 electricity targets are what they are. 3 G20 nations have established themselves as leaders by announcing 100% renewable energy targets by 2035. So you're looking at Canada, Germany, and the UK there. Only 1 G20 nation has a 2030 target of less than 20%, and that's Russia. But most G20 nations have targets between 20 and 50%. So there's a real push and focus, or at least a presentation of focus. Let's not presume that anything the governments say they really mean. I think it's a naive sort of perspective to believe that. But there is an element of they do have to show progress. You cannot set targets and not show progress towards them. I don't think any of them are ever going to reach the targets that they purport to want, but they'll certainly show progress on that side in terms of moving towards it. And Power Ledger is one of those that can help with that. You know, they're building a market for granular certificates. So you've got experts from Google, Energy Tag, and Power Ledger discussing 24/7 carbon-free energy and exploring the future of granular energy matching and trading. Now, granular energy matching is something that's a bit different to what anyone's heard before. So they're pushing for what's called a granular energy certificate scheme. So Energy Tag's report, granular certificate scheme standard, aims to provide common standards and guidelines for the life cycle management of these granular certificates. So they're able to become a recognized and robust and trusted instrument within the energy space. Doing so will enable buyers and sellers to not only choose the source and location of their energy, but also the time that it was produced. So this means that buyers can purchase renewable energy when it's abundant and cheap, while also incentivizing the development of tech that produces renewable energy at a 24/7 level. And by pushing towards this, Power Ledger is again solidifying itself as a sort of renewable energy focused chain. And the whole thing is, look, clean energy, sustainable grid that can last a lifetime. And their partners are starting to grow. You know, they've got partners in America, they've got partners in South America, they've got partners, I think that's Alaska, but I'm not going to lie, my geography is piss poor. They've got partners in Europe, India, Australia. You know, they are starting to grow, and they are really continuing to really push on this. And I do think fundamentally, because it ties in with what is a very, very clear narrative worldwide of fossil fuels damage the earth, a renewable energy focused chain has a lot of appeal. And in the same way that we see trends, and currently and over the past few months, we've seen sort of an AI trend. in the previous bull cycle, we saw a DeFi trend, we saw an NFT trend, hell, we saw a gaming trend. The one trend that has yet to really get, into full force is renewable energy, or energy period. And that's going to be the next thing. That's going to be one of the big sort of trends that comes into crypto and blockchain tech over the next few years. And while I think it's going to take time, because fundamentally the world is led by example. And whilst I am not a fan of governments lead by example. So if governments really make a push towards achieving so-called targets, if that does happen, the narrative and the transition that will occur in terms of the financial sector with those companies that are highly focused on renewable energy will explode. So I think this is inevitable. The time frame is really, for me, the question. And the time frame is always going to be a challenge with regards to renewable energy, because, again, you're led by what governments are fundamentally doing. But so long term, I really do believe this runs. Now, even though it's in a downtrend, I think the target has to be $1 right now, purely because there was good volume when it launched in the sort of peak of the bull cycle in 2017-18, around $1. Couldn't quite hit that target in the previous bull cycle, but ran up to about 80 cents. So I still think it can get there, and it probably should get there over the course of the next couple of years. It's not a huge gain, so I've only gone from 20 cents to $1, so you can look at 4x really in profit. Now, this should happen, but the downsides, and there are downsides to Power Ledger. First of all, volume's not great. Volume's not been great. There were a few times where it was fantastic for obvious reasons, market cycles and whatnot. But currently, pretty low volume on a consistent basis. Not terrible, mind you, but not great. So that means they're not drawing in enough retail investors. Second thing is that the SEC have declared that Power Ledger is a security. So this is the sort of ramifications of the SEC charging a member of Coinbase for insider trading, and they have declared that Power Ledger is a security. So that is a downside, because fundamentally right now there's a lot of uncertainty around the crypto space, and that's almost all coming from institutions that have clearly not defined what cryptocurrencies are. So Power Ledger being declared a security could be problematic for it moving forward, which again is another reason that I've not gone high in terms of my price prediction. I think $1 is still achievable, and fundamentally I do think a couple of dollars or more is achievable, but the downside risk with the SEC and just the slow movement within renewable energies worldwide means that I don't think Power Ledger is necessarily going to do some skyrocket run. So conservatively, I'd go with $1, because I think right now, I think that's about the most that it can do until the energy trend begins. And I just think that's quite a way away right now, given the government slow movement, because government again lead by example. Even if you have no regard for governments like myself, it doesn't. They lead the world, and lots of people take them seriously, more so than they should. That's my 2 cents. But let me know what you guys think, because obviously my perspective about institutions and government, but renewable energy is inevitable. It's inevitable. So time frame's always the variable for me. Do you think this can do more than just the dollar? Do you think it can do less? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos will make you money. They'll also save you money when I'm talking about bad investments. And, you know, fundamentally, karma's a legit thing. If you want good karma points, you've got to do something nice. You know what's nice? Hit the subscribe button. And last thing, guys, if you want to see the coins I own right now, you can do. You just have to go to copymycrypto.com. I share my portfolio. I let the members know in real time anytime I make any change to my portfolio, whether that's buying crypto or selling a crypto. Videos are released every day talking about the markets. We've been pinpoint accurate for months and months and months now. It will give you insight as to what's going on in the markets and how they're going to move. The tutorials that we've got, if you're a crypto beginner, these are perfect for you. They are exactly what you need to get started. They're the same ones that I've sent friends and family. And we have a history of success on this site and this channel. We've called huge winners on both. Phantom we called on both. Phantom went up 677 times from when I released a course saying it's the best investment of 2020. Now, no one, and I really recommend, go check your favorite crypto YouTubers. None of them were talking about Phantom. None of them were talking about 100x gains for Phantom, let alone talking about it. And when I find the next Phantom, I'm not going to create a course like I did last time. I'm just going to go onto my site. I'm going to tell the members about the coin. I'm going to tell them the gains I think it can have. And I'm going to tell them what percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if they want to copy, they can. If that sounds good to you, if you want to find the next big gainer without having to do 10,000 hours of research or 20 or 30,000 hours of research, go read the site now and remember that everything you read there, you can verify on this YouTube channel's history. And maybe I'll see you there, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.